Hey, what's up guys, it's Mike. Today is Monday, March 23rd, 2020. This is your workout for today. All right, warm up today. We have 2 to 3 minutes jogging. You guys can take this opportunity to jog out, jog back, do some shuttle runs, whatever you want to do there if it's raining. With that guys, if you want to perform some butt kickers, high knees, things like that, have at it, make it what you want. But again, 2 to 3 minutes of that guys. Once we come in from that, you're then going to go into 3 sets. You guys are going to start off, we're going to do 10 90-90 hip rotations. We're going to follow that up with 10 nice and slow air squats, followed up by 10 good mornings with either our dumbbell or our odd object that we've been using, and then finishing up with 5 tempo push-ups. We're going 2 seconds down, 1 second hold at the bottom, and then driving up explosively. Okay, so for those hip rotations, guys, what you're gonna do is you're gonna come down to your butt, you're gonna drive your feet up like so, and then from there, guys, all we're gonna think about doing is we're gonna drive the right knee to the floor, and that left knee will follow. We're gonna try to get that left knee all the way down, and we're gonna drive back up, rotating to that other side. Again, just really trying to focus on doing these slowly. Now, if we can't do those with the arms in front, guys, that's like the RX way of doing it. You can also plant your hands behind you, giving you a little bit more support as you guys go down into that. Okay, so that is an option there as well. From there, guys, for 10 nice and slow squats, just try to think about keeping a nice upright squat. One thing I always talk about is making sure that we grab the floor with those feet. So when I'm here, I'm literally trying to grab the floor, and then I'm trying to spread my feet out. So that basically what I'm trying to do there is I'm trying to create a nice arch with the foot, and it just makes everything around those legs get nice and tight when I squat. So again, we're just gonna do that. Squat out, or squat down, sorry. Keeping the chest tall, and then just standing up nice and straight. After we get done with those 10 guys, then going into our good mornings, you guys are just gonna grab your dumbbell or odd object. You're gonna place it onto your back like so. So again, just getting into that good morning position, feet underneath our hips. All we're gonna think about doing is really just unlocking those knees, pushing those hips back. As soon as we find tension in those hamstrings and glutes, guys, squeeze and stand up. So again, one more time, knees unlocked, pushing the hips back, driving up as soon as we find tension. What we're trying to avoid, guys, is letting our back do the work here and kind of just rocking forward like this. So notice how much more range of motion I can get. Again, we really want to focus on just pushing everything back. So that's going to be for the good mornings. After that, guys, we have our tempo push-ups. Same concept with our push-up, guys, like we were talking about last week. When we grab onto the ground here, we're trying to spread the floor with our hands, just like I talked about those feet. Okay, so when we're here, you'll notice when I do this, guys, this elbow pin right here, it turns in, okay? So again, that's a good way to kind of think about it as well if you need to. But 2 seconds down, so we'll go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, hold for 1, drive up. 1, 2, 1, up. Okay, so again, what we're trying to do there is we're not trying to do as many reps, but we are trying to kind of overload you a little bit with the tempo of that movement. It'll make it a little bit more difficult without straining that body too much. Okay, so that's going to be for the warm up for today. 3 total sets of that after your 2 to 3 minute run. All right, guys, so here's the workout for today. You guys are gonna have a 20-minute total workout. The way this is gonna work is you're gonna do 1-minute stations for the total of 20 minutes. Minute 1 is gonna be dumbbell thrusters. Minute 2 is gonna be dumbbell hang cleans. Minute 3 will be dumbbell push press. And then minute 4 will be a 45-second plank. After that, you will get 1 minute of rest. So you're gonna do 4 total sets of this, guys, over the 20 minutes, okay? Now, we're gonna talk about the limited equipment option here. With that, guys, I'm gonna do it with just 1 dumbbell and kind of show you some differences on what we can do with this. But with that, guys, with the dumbbell thruster, if we're doing single arm, if you have a lighter dumbbell, that's gonna be kind of what we wanna resort to, is that single arm dumbbell thruster and just alternating as needed. Maybe we do 30 seconds on the right, 30 seconds on the left, something along that. That's fine, however you wanna do that, guys, or maybe 2s or 3s, whatever it is, that's fine. You can alternate as needed. But with that thruster, you're gonna bring the dumbbell up to the shoulder. From here, guys, we're gonna squat down. I always like to kind of keep this arm out in front as a counterweight. We're gonna drive down to the bottom of that squat, keeping the chest tall, drive up, finishing with that bicep nice and close to the ear. Okay, so we'll just move through reps like so, and then we can alternate as needed and go through however we like. Okay, so that's gonna be for that dumbbell thruster. Now, if we have a really heavy dumbbell, what you guys can do is you can hold that dumbbell like so, do that same motion, kind of like a barbell here, squat down, and then drive that dumbbell up and overhead each and every time. Okay, so that's gonna be for the dumbbell thruster. The dumbbell power clean, guys, from the hang position, kind of treat it like a kettlebell swing, almost like a Russian kettlebell swing in a sense. You guys will have feet underneath your shoulders, so kind of like that squat position. you're gonna bring the dumbbell between your legs, drive up, and then up to the shoulder. Okay, so it kind of emulates that bicep curl a little bit, but we're trying to utilize those hips as much as possible as we do it. Okay, so again, alternating as needed here, going through the full minute. After that, guys, we have dumbbell push press. It's gonna be single arm. You'll wanna narrow up the feet a little bit, rest the butt end of that dumbbell or kettlebell, whatever you have there, on the shoulder. From here, guys, we're just gonna think about dipping down, keeping the chest tall, keeping the weight rooted through my heels. As I drive up, I'm gonna explosively drive up and finish again with that bicep nice and close to the ear. The other thing to note here, guys, is that my core is nice and straight here. I'm not rocking to compensate for that movement, okay? So again, you can do that however you like as far as alternating reps go. But that's gonna be for your limited equipment option for this workout with the dumbbell. After that, you guys have your plank hold, which will be the same regardless of the workout track you take today. You're just gonna get to an elbow plank, and we're gonna camp out right here, nice flat back, just thinking about kind of keeping a long back, squeezing the butt down, keeping that core down. Okay, so 45 seconds, guys. If we can't necessarily get that, don't freak out, just do a good set where we accumulate 45 seconds in that minute. And then again, we have that minute of rest to get ready for the following rounds after. Okay, so that's gonna be the workout for today on the limited equipment side. Okay, for our no equipment workout track for today, guys, we have a sandbag here. Typically this would be a backpack, but my backpack, I left it at home today. So this will do just fine. But with this, guys, same concept with the workout, station setup. If you just watch through that last part, you kind of get that. If not, please rewind to that point. But guys, with the movement, instead of doing a dumbbell thruster with this movement, we're gonna do a sandbag thruster essentially. So that being said, guys, I've got a 60-pound sandbag here. You guys could load a backpack and do it that way. Again, it's gonna really help us out with today's workout if we have a backpack handy, but you guys can place some weight in that and do the same exact thing with that odd object, okay? So with that though, we're gonna grab the sandbag, we're gonna put it into that front rack position, and then we're gonna begin our thrusters from there. So you guys can grab on the side, however you wanna do that. This is the best way to hold it for this particular one. From here, we're just gonna drive up, drive into our thruster, press up and overhead each and every time, okay? So again, that is gonna be for the thruster. Now, when we get finished with that, guys, the one thing that is gonna be a little bit different between our two different workout tracks, between the limited and the no equipment, is going to be the hang clean. Now, with the sandbag, guys, what I actually want you to do is I want you to do sandbag basically swings, right? So treat it as kind of like a kettlebell. If you have a kettlebell, even better. But what we're gonna do here, guys, is we're gonna grab, again, if we have a backpack, you can just grab the top of it, make sure the weight's in there. This is gonna be a little goofy with the sandbag, but I'll make do. Maybe here, swing the bag back and up. So we're just gonna be rushing, really focusing on popping the hips. So you'll notice here as I do these, that most of the energy is coming from my legs, okay? One thing I always like to think about with the kettlebell swing is that we're trying to load our hamstrings and glutes, so I'm not squatting into that movement. I'm trying to hinge my hips back, finding some tension in my glutes and my hamstrings, okay? So again, that's gonna be for the second movement there. That is gonna be our odd object swing, okay? Lastly, with the push press, guys, pretty simple stuff there. Idea here is we're gonna bring the odd object up and overhead. From here, we're just going to dip down, same concept, pressing up, and then driving that head through, okay? Either way, regardless of what you do with this stuff here, guys, and the odd object stuff, it's gonna be challenging, right? We have a full minute of work at each station, so you're gonna drop it, you're gonna have some rest in between, don't stress that. But again, we just wanna kind of make do with what we have on this. If you have light weights, let's go faster. Do more repetitions. If you have heavy weights, slow down. Right? So again, just make it what it is with what you have. Ultimately, the reps don't really make a difference. The point of this is we're getting in here, getting it done, getting after it. That's gonna be for the no equipment track, guys. All right, guys, once we finish our workout today, we have a little finisher for you. It's not a little finisher, it's a big finisher for you. Just some accessory work that you guys can do. We're calling it a rump pump. So with that, guys, you're gonna do 4 sets. You're gonna start off with 20 single leg glute bridges. That will be on each leg. After we're done with that, we're then gonna go into 20 seconds of what are called pulse squats. And once we're finished with that, we're gonna do 10 curtsy lunges. That will be on each leg. Okay, so again, with that, guys, it's gonna be 4 total sets of that. Quite a few reps. Should give you a nice little pump after you finish up, okay? So with that, guys, glute bridges, a single leg, you guys pop down to the ground. Try to think, guys, as we do this, we're trying to really focus on keeping the weight in the heels. Don't let yourself get onto your toes too much. And then from there, we're gonna just kind of keep this leg out of the way. And then as we drive up, we're gonna think about squeezing that glute as much as we can without overextending that lower back, okay? Try to really feel like you're feeling this in the glute, even a little bit in the hamstring as well. If you struggle with that, spend a second at the top of each rep and just try to feel that engagement, really squeezing the glute as hard as you can. Okay, so that's gonna be for the glute bridges. After that, guys, you have your pulse squats. There is like an RX plus option, I guess you can call it. You can use a dumbbell, you can use a kettlebell, you can use your odd object, whatever that may be. But with the pulse squats, guys, I'll just demo without it. You guys are gonna go to the bottom of your squat, and we're just going to go up about a quarter of the way. So you can do that for about 20 seconds, okay? So again, if you want to, you can hold on to that odd object, hold it in the goblet position here, and just again, same concept. We're trying to drive through the heels, feeling our butt squeeze as we drive up. Okay, so that's gonna be for the pulse squats. Lastly, guys, with our curtsy lunges, you're gonna do 10 on each leg. So what we're gonna do is if we're gonna be on our right leg, that right leg's out in front, we're gonna reach behind, we're gonna squat down, or lunge down, I should say, making sure that that weight stays on the heel, and then we're driving up. Okay, so again, other side, we're gonna drive our leg behind, weight stays in the heel. As soon as we get down to that bottom position, we're standing up. Lost my balance a little bit there. Okay, so again, we're gonna go through 4 total sets of that. That's gonna be our finisher for today. Let us know how it goes. Have fun.